If you've ever tried to shave down the trigger safety on your Glock, but instead just ruined your trigger completely, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But seriously guys, go ahead and give this video a like. Please subscribe to my page. YouTube does not like gun stuff. They probably especially don't like this shirt. Let's keep the 2A community alive. Let's watch as many gun videos if that's what you're interested in. Like as many pages, subscribe to as many pages. If you like the content, please just give me a like and a subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated, everybody. God bless America. So on today's video, we're gonna be talking about easy, cheap, and effective upgrades to your concealed carry pistols. I got my two right here. 2 is 1 and 1 is none, you know what I'm saying? Couple of upgrades I did to each one of these things just to make it a little more comfortable for me, allowed me to shoot it just a little bit better. They also look a lot cooler too. So we're going to talk about these upgrades and why I did them, how you can do them, where I got the parts, and what else I did to these weapons. So stay tuned. First thing I did, well, first off, always have ear protection, eye protection when you're shooting. Please, safety is important. You don't want to lose an eye or blow out your eardrums. I got the Hickok 45s here because Hickok is the man, obviously. So the first thing I did when I got my Glock, of course, I bought a holster, nice Kydex holster inside the waistband. You know, sounds like a no-brainer, but you won't believe how many people I see that buy a gun, they just keep it in the case and then they take it out when they use it. That's okay if it's, you know, just a gun that you bring to the range to have fun with, but for something you want to carry, you have to have a holster. Same thing with a sling for a rifle. I mean, that is your holster for your rifle. So get yourself a good holster, one that's durable. This one was like $40, not even. And I mean, it's comfortable, perfect. I'm a left-handed shooter, so it's right there for me. Get yourself a holster. That's number one. Number two, second thing that I did was change out the sights. So, gun is clear. Change out the sights on these things. I mean, the sights work. You can use them. That come with the factory Glocks, but I mean, they're plastic and they're just 3 white dots. Whatever. But I wanted better sights, so I got these here. I don't know if you can see, hopefully. I got some nice tritium rears, and then that front sight right there is a nice bright neon yellow greenish color. Allows me to just pick up the sights a lot better, and they're night sights, and they're steel, so they're more durable. Upgrade your sights if you're going to be serious about carrying. I mean, of course, would I like to have a red dot on this thing? Yeah, but red dots are like $400. Any one that I would buy is like $400 that I don't have right now. Plus my slide's not milled, so that's another $150, $200. So, you know, $600 to get a red dot put on this thing. It's just not going to happen for me right now. Maybe sometime in the future, I would love to have one. I got them on my rifles and stuff. For my handgun right now, iron sights work just fine. The sights that I have here, these are Ameriglos. So these are the ones that I bought first. This was the front and rear sight combined. And then I wound up switching out the front sight because I wanted something that had color, not just a white ring around the tritium. So these are those rear sights right there. It came in that package there. And then that front sight with that greenish yellow around the tritium, that is the package for that one. Ameriglo night sights. Make sure you get the correct ones. If you have a Gen 5, they changed up the heights and stuff like that for the iron sights from gen to gen for the Glocks. So make sure you get the Gen 5s or look up the height specs for your sights and get the correct ones accordingly. Ameriglos right here. Trijicon makes some that are really good as well. They were just out of stock when I bought mine. Trijicon, Ameriglo, you can't go wrong. The next things I did have to do with the grip of the weapon itself. So I put on the medium backstrap with the beaver tail that came with the Glock, only because of the beaver tail. The size of the grip itself was fine, but having that there just allows me to get a really good grip. This beaver tail just really helps out a lot. So I have that medium back strap on here. That's actually probably the very first thing that I did, holster and change out this back strap. I also have Talon grips on here. These are the rubber ones. Rubber ones are good. I like the Pros better, but the Pros tend to rub off. That rubber texturing, those little beads they put on there, they tend to like fall off after a couple of months, and that's really annoying. So I got sick of it. I went to the rubber. They're pretty good, but if you sweat, they still get slippery. So I'm still trying to figure out the perfect solution for grips. I also purchased with that, you can purchase just some texturing strips, adhesive, texture adhesive, whatever they call it. And that way you can place little pieces. This is like a sandpaper texture. You can place pieces of it wherever. I had it right there where my support thumb goes. That works out really well for me as well. And my favorite thing that I did to upgrade this Glock was the trigger. Like I said, I'll put a picture of it up. But the trigger safeties that come on the Glocks from the factory, they're just like extremely uncomfortable. I feel like not a lot of people talk about that. They always just say the factory trigger's fine.
The factory trigger's fine.
But no, I mean that trigger blade, that little safety blade in the middle, it's like very thin. And I mean, it was just irritating the hell out of my finger. I just didn't want to deal with it. I got this right here. You can see that. That is in Overwatch Precision. It's called the polydat. It came with the trigger shoe and the little trigger bar, and it was like $70 or $80 for this upgrade. I mean, this little safety bar here is super flat. It's very comfortable on my finger. It just feels way better. It allows me to shoot this gun better. It's not irritating. It's way more comfortable to shoot. It looks cool. I got matching colors, so looking cool, like everyone says, is one of the main things. Don't forget that. And you can just check that out. Nice and flat. And it's a good solid break too. I did a little bit of polishing. It didn't really change up the function of the trigger too much. I did a little bit of polishing, which smoothed it out. I greased everything up. Really well when I got it. But just the shape and contour of the trigger, ergonomically, it feels a little bit lighter because it took this gun to the next level for me. So upgrade that trigger, unless you don't mind having your finger feel irritated as hell when you're shooting. Highly recommend this Overwatch Precision. And the number one thing, guys, is all of these upgrades are still safe. This pistol has not lost any of its function or safety at all. It's still pretty much stock, but just a few of those little upgrades that just make it that much more usable, that much better and friendlier to shoot. I didn't go changing these back plates, because believe it or not, you change those out with your little designs and stuff, that can actually mess with the drop safetiness of the gun. So I didn't go around messing with the barrel, just little things. Don't put an extended mag release on a carry weapon. I mean, you might drop that mag by accident because the button is so big. So now let's just shoot it, stop all this talking, and see if it actually helps. Kind of lost my grip on a couple of those shots, and I just shot anyway. I got to figure out a little bit better of a solution for these Talon grips. That trigger, it just makes all the difference in the world. I love it. So that's the Glock 19 Gen 5. Let's bring out the SIG and see what I did to that one. We're gonna run through this one pretty quick because I got a class starting here in a moment. For my SIG Sauer 365, almost the same thing with this one. Holster, numero uno, of course. This pistol actually comes with great sights. It comes with night sights already with a green front. Let's see. You don't have to change the sights out on this thing at all. I did get the 6-hour flat face trigger. So again, not changing any of that function. This is a OEM trigger, so it still functions just like the curved trigger. It's just got that flat face for a lesser perceived break and just a little more comfortable for me, at least on my finger. Kind of want to get a different mag release. This one's starting to get a little sticky, but I haven't done that yet. Same deal, Talon grips. I had the pro ones on here, but all that little rubber texturing, those little balls they put on there, little balls, it kept falling off. It kept getting everywhere, and then it would wear out after a couple of months. I even complained to them. They sent me a new one, you know, great customer service over there, but then the same thing happened. So I just kind of gave up and went with the rubber. I did do a little bit of crappy stippling when I first got it, just for this little indexing point, which actually works pretty well. Other than that, I haven't done anything to this pistol. This was my main carry for a while, so I wanted to keep it as stock as possible. Now I kind of go evenly between this and the Glock, only because I shoot the Glock a lot better. But that's pretty much it. I mean, this thing, neither of these guns, by the way, for concealed carry weapons, neither of them have ever given me one malfunction, unless it's been with a magazine that's not stock or something to do with ammo. I've never had one malfunction with either of these, and I have at least 800 to 1200 rounds through each one. So they're great pistols for concealed carry. I just love them. This one is so compact, so easy to carry. The Glock is just such a smooth shooter ergonomically. It's just easy to get on target. It's a great, they're both just really, really great weapons for concealed carry. All right, now let's see how this mug shoots. A little bit snappier, a little harder to keep on target. I really got to work on those double taps. That's why I'm here. Practice, make some videos too while I'm at it to give you guys a little bit of information. And yeah, just really great concealed carry weapons. You just saw me shoot in live time. Not a single malfunction, because they don't malfunction, you know. This is some of the earlier models of this do malfunction. The guy I work with here at this range, he had a very early model, and his just malfunctioned the other day. The striker spring, or part of the striker, and the trigger spring, something happened. The gun completely shut down. So that's not what you want for a concealed carry weapon. So get yourself a newer version. I think they've fixed everything basically, but if you have one of those older versions, make sure you run lots of rounds through it, and make sure that it functions every single time for you, because that could be life or death. So yeah, those are my upgrades for my 2 concealed carry weapons, and thank you for watching. Again, please subscribe. Direct infringement. Please like this video. I'm trying to get myself a camera so I can get better quality, better resolution and whatnot, better audio. So please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. I'm gonna be making plenty more videos, coming up with a bunch of different ideas. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right, so real quick, right after making that video, I had a class for my concealed carry. I had to, you know, shoot my SIG a lot. And after saying, oh, this gun doesn't malfunction, you know, of course, Murphy's Law, I started having a ton of light primer strikes. It could have possibly been the ammo having some hard primers, but my Glock was eating them up. So I didn't know what was going on. I got home, I took the gun apart, took out the striker assembly, and then all up in that channel there was, I mean, little bits of primer metal and some carbon buildup and stuff. So I looked up a couple of things, and they said that, you know, even grease or any lube in there could lead to light primer strikes or malfunctions. So I cleaned out that striker channel really well, cleaned off my striker really well, left it dry, no lube, no oil, no nothing, and then reassembled it. I haven't had a chance to go back out and shoot it to see if I'm still having light primer strikes, but next time I go, I'll definitely be running at least 50 to 100 rounds through it to see if I solve the issue just by cleaning. I just wanted to let you know I did start to have some malfunctions. It happens, I guess. It sucks. Hopefully that cleaning it solved the problem. You know, for now, I'm just gonna carry my Glock just to be safe until I can run some rounds through it and be sure. Again, thank you. Thanks for watching. And here's my friend's dog drinking some bottled water out of my hand. See you.